welcome to the ichimokucharts.com daily analysis for the S&P 500 for Wednesday, August 29, 2012. Well, a change of trend today and a candle with a higher high and a higher low following yesterday's change of trend to the downside. And if we look at this market for the previous 3 days, three spinning top type candles, very small bodied candles, where we had a change of trend to the upside, to the downside and back to the upside. So a lot of indecision in this market. 3 trading days where the market tested to this area of previous resistance and now support around the 1407 level roughly, and I'd drawn that line previously as a potentially strong area of support, and here we've seen the price action rejected from that region. So moving forward for the next few days trading, that is a very, very important level of support, as is the area just under there down to the round number 1400. But by the same token, we also have strong resistance overhead, and if we look at the last 3 days, we've also tested up around that level to around the 1415, 1414 area, and we had strong rejection from there. So a market where the buyers are losing commitment at higher levels, but the sellers are losing commitment at lower levels, just in very close range to where the market's trading. If we see a decent breakout and some decent bullishness for a breakout to the upside, or bearishness for a breakout to the downside, it's likely that we could see a substantial move in this market. Now, in terms of the indecisive candle, we have a candle where neither side has really taken control, and that's the situation that we've had for the previous 2 trading days. So that indecisive spinning top type candle where neither side is really committed to a move. And as I've mentioned, very strong support and resistance overhead and below. In terms of the Fibonacci extension, we're now examining the relationship of the current first time frame uptrend to the previous time the market was trending up, and it was only a 1 candle uptrend previously. And we have seen rejection from the 31.8% level and the 50% level. So that could be significant. Spinning top type candle, the market's attempting to rally on, and there is potential for a change of trend back to the downside. And the Fibonacci retracement of the previous downtrend, only a 1 candle downtrend, so we can't get a lot of information from that. But the market did test to the 50%, 61.8% and above, and there was strong rejection from that, and that does set the market up for a potential change of trend. But just because we have this spinning top type candle in itself does suggest potential for a change of trend, but a lot of indecision in this. Now, in terms of Ichimoku, a bullish market in the long-term time frame and the medium-term time frame by trading above the cloud and the Kijun-sen, the pink line here. But some bearishness over the previous few days, over the previous week or so, by trading down below the Tenkan-sen. And if we look here, we're only just trading below the Tenkan-sen. And the important thing here is that when we've had this bearishness in the short-term time frame and the failure to rally up above the Tenkan-sen for the market to turn bullish in the medium-term time frame, we haven't seen the market sell off substantially. We had the Kijun-sen pointing flat, and I would have expected that the market would have retraced back further than it did. But I think this highlights how important and how strong the round number support at 1400 and just below is, and it will be a strong barrier to this market. If we do see a bearish breakout below 1400, it could be an important move when we'd be likely to see the market test to substantially lower levels, potentially down to 1378. But there aren't any indications that that will happen. But by the same token, we are now seeing the area between the Tenkan-sen and this area around 1415 acting as strong resistance as well. So a market where there isn't really any direction at the moment in the short-term time frame, but solid direction in the medium-term and fast-term time and longer-term time frames by trading above the Kijun-sen and Tenkan-sen, and looking across at the Chikou span that's supporting that bullishness that we're seeing in the longer time frames. So this market is set up for a potential upside move. And if we do see bullish activity above 1415 and 1422, then there is potential for us to trade through the 1426 area, potentially, and up to 1440.